Hello YouTube, I Fix It All here, Team I Fix It All. Let's go get last year's potatoes that have gone to seed. Little wagon that could. There's the tater bin. Got a homemade thermostat here that kicks a couple of light bulbs on underneath. That when a temperature reaches a certain amount, certain lowness, it kicks a couple of light bulbs on and keeps that warm. Let me wrestle this underneath here. Come to me. Come on. Yeah. Okay, this is going to be freaking scary for some people. I expect these things to be eyed up. Dum, dum, dum. I gotta open this. I wonder if you'll all be okay right there. Probably not. Let's see what we can see here. Open sesame. Oh my God. Okay. So I've got 3 bins in there. This is just dry hay right here. And this is just dry hay. Fluffed up a little bit. And there's taters in there. See these? Those are eyes. So I gotta fish these taters out. Move the hay over. And let's see what we got. White tater with eyes. Kind of chilly. I'm going to be reaching in here softly because I don't know if I'm going to run into any rotten ones or not. The purpose of my using hay was to make sure that I don't run into any rot or have any rot. I don't know what that guy, it's got a lot of eyes on him. That's a red. Alright, you get the point. I'm fishing taters out, and I'm going to be quartering and dropping them. Hang tight. Alright, I'm back. Not too shabby. Straighten this up a little bit. I've unplugged my thermostat. Am I zoomed in? Of course. I've unplugged my thermostat, my temperature probe. This is for an automotive application, by the way. This is one of those electric fan automotive application where you stuff it up in the fins, kick your electric fan on and off. Let that close. And I may have to vent this out later. Let's take a look at what we got. Alright, so that's not too shabby. Yeah, they eyed up pretty good. Got the reds separated from the whites. But one thing that I'm going to take note of is I'm very impressed with the how hay acted in staging these potatoes. Usually I lose a lot of potatoes because I haven't really cracked the code on how to store them well we always had a potato bin back in Kentucky as a kid, and they laid loose. We had a little electric heater in there. We would keep that pump house, is what it was called, keep it a little warm. But they'd be lucky to make it through the winter. A lot of rotten ones. This time, using hay that was really, really dry, I didn't lose many at all. I probably lost 15 due to rot. And once rot starts, it's like a pandemic. It hands off to everybody. There's not too much wrong with these taters. I think they would have held on for quite a few more weeks. It wouldn't pass the Brittany test. It feels a little soft. But either way, I didn't lose a lot to rot. So I'm going to stage these up here and get to quartering and dropping. I'll do whites and a half a row of white. So it's 2.5 rows of white and 2.5 rows of red. But that's nowhere near enough taters to satisfy those rows. That's why I've got 2 50-pound sacks in the house. But they're not eyed up like these. Some of these eyes are pretty damn big. I also got rid of some potatoes that were nice looking taters. You know, I threw away like probably 4 of these, but there wasn't a single eye on them. And I got to thinking, well, that's bad genetics or something. So I don't want those potatoes in with these guys. Hang tight. Be right back. All right, so I'm back. We were talking earlier about how to set these up to where you can drop them. Boom, face plant. The wind. You're sitting on the ground today. What does that look like? Should be fine. Now I gotta make sure that we're in frame. Okay. So you kind of just quickly eyeball it and you say, well, right there's an eye, but it's not very mature like the other two. So I'm not going to count that eye. So really, I'm looking at this potato and I see 2 seeds. So that's how they're going to get dropped. Just like so. And I'll get out of there, Bookie. It's not poo ground. Quit. God dang. And how would I deal with these guys? I see an eye right there that looks like it's probably able to take off. And looks like there's a little colony here. So I'm just going to make 2 out of this one as well. And see how I caught an eye in a couple of different spots. And I caught this eye. This one right here. If you look at the colony, it's all one. And then there's an eye here. Doesn't look too mature, so I'm just going to make this one a twofer. There we go. And we'll show you how I'm going to set them. Let's see if we got you in frame. Yep. Normally what you want to do is just sit there with your 5-gallon bucket and just start cutting them up and letting them drop in the bucket, and then you come out here with a bucket and start laying them. Here's these. I'm just setting them a few inches apart. Might be a lot of crowding, but I don't care. I like the way the taters grow in this format, the way I do them. And for these little guys here that I just dropped, I'll cover them up a little bit. Like I said, I'm trying to get them up as soon as possible, but not conflict with my frost. So, there we go. Good enough. When they pop through, I'll probably just manually walk along with my foot and just kick more mulch up to the stalks. And that'll be my version of hoeing, which is real simple. I got to clear some of these trenches out a little bit more. But I'll end up probably not doing that, because I'll just wiggle this potato slice in the mulch and it'll dig it in and root it in a little deeper. But that's sufficient coverage and depth, plus all the mulch that I can pile up as they start heaping the mounds up. So that's how it's done. I've got quite a few of last year's taters to get rid of before I tap into the 50-pound sacks that I just bought. The idea of potatoes is to always have enough to hey Bookie, always have enough to replant your entire field for next year. Get out of there. This is not a poo ground. You do not poo in there. Go. I've got a video I got to do with him. Pretty important video, actually. It's going to be funny. Someone noticed something about my East Palestine video where I was wearing a yellow rope around my waist. I'll explain that. But that's to be continued. It has to do with that damn cat. Book, come on, dude. Seriously? What are you doing? Get out of there. He's hurt, too. He just recently got injured. Get out of there, turkey butt. Sorry about all the bouncing around. So this is taters. That's to make this quicker, you sit in a chair, chop them up with a pocket knife and a 5-gallon bucket, stage your buckets, and then have somebody grab the buckets and drop taters and cover them. Book, I'm sick of your attitude. Hopefully you're not pooing. I don't think he's pooing. Alright, here's the dirt I mixed up yesterday. It's drying out pretty good. It's just got some muckety muck, and I've got this wheelbarrow angle to let it drip out. But that's going to make mighty fine seedling starter dirt. Should be ready for me to mess with tomorrow. Alright guys, you have a great rest of your day. See ya. Bye.